Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Jack here from forestfanjr, and I am joined with
Callum, also from forestfanjr, of course.
And as you might be able to tell by the length of this video and the title of this video, do you want to explain what we're doing?
It's going to be kind of the closest thing we can get to a podcast, which we're going to call a vlog. Like a mini sector of the vlogs, kind of, called forestfanjr Uncut.
Yeah, so we're not sure when we're going to do this. We're going to try and maybe aim for one a month.
Roughly.
Yeah, and it's basically we're just going to have a couple of topics we talk about and just, have a general chat and let you guys into our conversation.
Yeah, and there's going to be minimal editing, pretty much just sticking the intro and outro on. That'll be about it, really.
Yeah, and it's not going to be... Oh, pardon me.
See, that's not going to be cut out, for example.
Yeah. So what I was going to say was, as you can see, there's gameplay on the screen. We're not going to have our faces on. We're going to have gameplay, so you've got something to watch while we're talking as well.
And because our cameras just aren't going to be able to go on for that long.
Yeah. So, without further ado, let's get into it.
So, the two huge genre kind of things, if you call it that we're going to discuss in this Uncut are some bonus points from the school round which I missed out on for whatever reason,
and EA Sports FIFA.
Yeah.
So we're going to try and maybe aim for in this series have one thing that we both have a good knowledge on, and then some things that one person has more of knowledge than the other person, and just try and balance it out like that.
So yeah, shall we get into the first one then?
Let's do it.
So then, some of the bonus score rank stuff that I missed out on, mostly because of time constraints, but let's go. The first thing is, there were kids in our GCSE geography class, like both in mine and his class,
Yeah.
and some of them couldn't point to England, which is our home country, on a map of either Europe or the world.
Like, it's just weird. Like, I don't know. It's just like they don't even know how to identify what it looks like. I mean, it's just.
It's not just England they can't point to. I remember somebody in my group couldn't point to Italy, even though they've already been told that it's the one that's shaped like a boot. They couldn't point to it. Even though it was just a map of Europe, so it shouldn't have been that difficult.
How embarrassing.
And instead of pointing to the boot, they pointed to somewhere smack bang in the middle of Europe instead.
Oh, well done. Well done. Right, well done.
Yeah, it's just kind of funny and also worrying at the same time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
when they can't point to the home country.
It's a bit worrying that a GCSE student can't even point to their own country on a map. I mean, well done. Well done.
There were some other students, mostly in Jack's group, and they thought that Blackpool and Antarctica were tropical tourist destinations.
Well, it was in the GCSE geography exam we had, you had to name a tropical tourist destination, and then answer some questions like how people going there can, help the economy or whatnot. And somebody said Blackpool. And I remember somebody else, I don't know if it was from my class or somebody I saw on Twitter, but yeah, someone actually thought Antarctica was a tropical tourist destination. And Antarctica,
it's not tropical. It's a snow desert basically.
Yeah.
It's not tropical. And Blackpool tropical. I mean.
No, not even on a good day.
There's nowhere in England that is tropical at any point in the year.
Yeah. But Antarctica. Ugh.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's just funny and embarrassing and worrying.
I'd hate to think what's going through that guy's mind or that girl's mind as they're thinking, oh, you know what? I think I'm going to use Antarctica for this tourist destination question.
Very tropical location.
Yeah, I mean, all those palm trees and beaches.
Beaches of snow.
Oh dear me.
Beaches of snow and ice. Oh yeah, that's the geography stuff
Yeah.
that was a bit worrying. Funny. Let's move over to IT now.
Yeah, well, IT was a mixed bag, to be fair. Like, sometimes it was good, other times it was just learning the most pointless things.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing computing in college right now, and a lot of the stuff that we've learned, or we learned, in quote, air quotes there, in school, I'm just not needed at all.
Like, I remember we had a module to learn how to send an email.
Yeah, that was just ridiculous.
And we had to do
we covered that like 3 or 4 times over the 5 years at school.
We had to do a leaflet about how to send an email and how to write an email in a way that is, you know, professional.
Yeah.
I mean, mate, well.
I mean, if you want to do that once, okay, but you don't need to do that 3 or 4 times over 5 years.
I know, it's just a bit taking a mickey.
And as well, I mean, everybody in this day and age, they use Photoshop, don't they, when they want to edit pictures?
Yeah.
Or in grade A underage case, they use MS Paint.
Yeah.
And MS Paint is what I use, simply because that was already installed for me. But we used GIMP at school.
Yeah.
GIMP, standing for Graphic Image Manipulation Program, I think.
Yeah, I think that's right, yeah. I mean, it was cool to use it, like, I enjoyed using it, but, like, you're not going to use GIMP in another place in the world, are you?
The majority of other places, as far as we know, they use Photoshop.
Yeah. But, you know...
And that's what I'm using at college as well. And me and my friends who also went there, we have no idea what we're doing with Photoshop.
Yeah.
So we're behind a lot of other people because we didn't do Photoshop.
Yeah.
Struggled quite a bit.
GIMP.
And they told us as well at school that we couldn't use Photoshop because the school couldn't afford to pay for it for everybody's computer.
Yet, it was already on the computers.
Yeah, we later found it was already installed on everybody's computers and it was available for us to use. But by the time we found that out and we asked if we could use it, it was too late. We were already partway through using GIMP and most of the way through the project that we were doing, so it was too late.
Yeah, but I did enjoy using GIMP. It was fun to use, apart from when I raged, but that's beside the point. But yeah, I mean, I remember making there's a huge church in the town we live, and I remember making LeBron James shoot a basketball hoop outside this big church. But I mean, what's next, Callum?
Citizenship.
Ah.
Now, with that, what would you expect to be learning in citizenship?
Things like, things that we learned in Year 7, I guess, were handy. Like, you know, dealing with people from other religions and cultures, and you know,
dealing with money as well and banks.
Then eventually, hopefully, when we get older, learning about money, banks, you know, maintaining a house, a car, that sort of thing.
However, we did very little of that.
And when we started doing that, they scrapped that lesson for a free revision period.
Literally the next week, so...
Yeah, like we started about how to prioritise your money for one lesson.
And at the end we started looking for cars as well online.
Yeah, and then she said, oh, well, we'll get back to this next lesson.
And the next lesson, the following week...
She said, oh, everyone stand round the side. You know, I'll seat you where I want you to sit, and you've got a free revision period now.
And then the rest of the citizenship lessons leading up to the GCSE exams just turned into revision lessons instead.
Yeah. I remember in citizenship we actually had to do a business project. Do you remember?
Oh, what was that?
We had to design a project, like we had to design I've forgotten the word now.
Design a product?
Yeah, that's the word, design a product, and pitch it in front of the business teacher. My team have actually won.
Yeah, so...
But
what was it you made?
I think it was, they were called I can't remember what it was called, but it was headphones where you you had like a pad which attached to your like the back of your wrist, and it detected it.
That mood thing.
Yeah, and it detected, you know, how happy or sad you were, and it would play music on your playlist to decide whether you know, if it will help you get happier, then it will play like a happy song, or if you do an exercise, then it will have a motivation music, that sort of thing.
The thing my group made, because around this time it was coming up to Back to the Future Day. My group, we decided to try and make something from Back to the Future 2, which is the food hydrator, where you stick like what they did in the film and what we came up with for our thing. You put like a mini pizza in it, and then it instantly grows to a huge pizza, basically.
Yeah, I'll mind that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, we did business and citizenship. What was the point in that anyway?
I mean, they do have business as an option sometimes.
Yeah, which I took, and I'm doing in just aside from this a second. I'm doing business in level 2 now, and I've passed both my exams, so I'm pretty pleased with that.
Really
but anyway, back to the main topic of this.
But, yeah, doing business stuff in citizenship, I do kind of see how that could link in a way.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if they gave like a budget in quotes to maybe like have a budget to maybe like pretend to buy all the materials and use that within the budget, so it's handling money. But no, there was none of that.
I mean, they probably didn't want to make it that too much complicated. Honestly.
Yeah, but
especially for the people who, like myself, didn't take business.
I know, but then it would also help to be able to handle them with money.
Yeah. A lot of things to take into account there, but we did a lot of other things as well. Like we looked at 9/11 and terrorism, for example.
Yeah, I remember we talked about there was this terrorist attack where someone put a bomb in a newspaper and threw it through someone's letterbox, and things like, what was other thing we know? Oh yeah, whether different celebrities were homosexual, heterosexual, or bisexual. I mean, why do we need to know that?
We really don't need to know that. If we want to know a celebrity's sexuality, we can Google it.
And I remember we were all given a picture of a celebrity, and we all had to go to. The middle was bisexual, one of the sides was hetero, and the other side was homosexual. And you had to guess which, by looking at this picture, which side or which area your person should be. What has that got to do with citizenship?
What else did we? We also looked at stupid like job names as well, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we had to come up with our own.
Like there was a sandwich artist was a job name for someone who makes sandwiches at KFC. No, not KFC. KFC at Subway. I mean, like, well, so I remember we had to design a job for someone using it. We had to actually pick a silly name for a job, like cleaning public toilets. I think was the one I used. And you had to like make a job description and everything for that, and then we were meant to present it in front of the class, and they had to try and guess by that silly name and the description what we had to do, but we never actually presented that.
It took me forever to come up with that for myself, and just wasn't particularly happy when we never went through with that and never did it.
Yeah. I mean,
but there were a few other things.
Actually, I remember one thing we had to do. And we were given all these different pieces of paper with pictures of people on it, and you had to, you had to pick one person if you were on if you were drowning, I think it was. So you had to pick one of those people to save from looking at the picture. Then the teacher would give you a description to a certain person that you asked. And I kept on going about, I want to save this old guy, and everybody in my team was going mental, asking me why I wanted to save this old guy.
I think I remember that.
But I mean, what's that got to do with citizenship? Anyway, let's stop firing shots at citizenship and move on.
The last point that we've got for school, and then we might leave the topic there as a whole for the time being at least.
Yeah. It's been pretty good to reminisce.
Yeah. And get off our chest a load of things we hate. Stupid start times.
Yeah.
It's a minor point compared to some of the other stuff.
I thought of this topic. What is the point in starting school at 5:02 or 9:05?
Why not exactly 9 o'clock?
Why don't you just start it at 9 o'clock? I mean, it's not like 5 minutes to or 5 minutes past is going to change the whole timings of the school day, is it?
Especially when those 5 minutes in most places are just spent in your tutor not doing anything.
Yeah, why can't we just start, in our case it would be 5 minutes later? or in some people's cases 5 minutes earlier. I mean, it's not like 5 minutes. Oh, it's 5 minutes. You know, it's not like
Especially
it's an hour.
when it's 5 minutes are spent doing nothing most of the time.
Either just sat there saying yes sir, yes miss, or just sat there talking to your friends about the weekend.
Or being forced to sit in silence.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean,
and then the end times as well. I mean, 3:30, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock.
that makes sense.
Those make sense, but
22.
which is the time we had to end in our
20
school.
to 4 we finished.
An extra 10 minutes on the last lesson. Like,
I mean, wow. Oh,
I mean, they really should have rearranged some of the time, like the start and end times.
yeah, and I remember at break time, our first break time started at 11:05.
All the times it was 15:15.
Yeah, and then finished at 25 past. Why couldn't you just start
Or
it?
25:02 in some cases as well.
Yeah, why don't you just start it at o'clock and then at 1/2 past? Or, you know.
Instead of that, the 5 past and 10 past, and 5:02 and 10:02 and all that.
It's not like 5 minutes is going to mess up the whole school day, is it? It's not going to mean, oh, you've got like, you have to come in for an extra day because that time that you changed to go into school you missed. What?
I mean, just give us hour-long lessons, alright, fair enough.
Yeah, that's understandable.
And we do need a fair enough length for a break. Right?
Yeah.
How long do you think it should be for lunch overall?
I don't know, maybe like, how long do we normally get? 45 minutes, wasn't it?
I think it varied depending on various things.
Yeah, I'd probably...
At some point between half an hour to an hour.
Yeah, I'd probably say that's alright. Like, I'd probably say like maybe an hour. Would you?
Yeah, I mean, the lunch break in college for some people is an hour, if not longer.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Like, because in my college at I do maths, and it finishes at 1:30, and my next lesson starts at 3 o'clock. So I've got a break all that time.
And on Tuesday as well, I only have a half-hour break for lunch, but that's because I start at a later point.
Yeah.
On the Monday, my lunch break is an hour, and that's like a full regular day.
Yeah, which is good. I think that's what it should be.
And the regular break is half an hour.
Yeah.
And that's fair enough.
College makes so much more sense. It starts at 9 o'clock and finishes at 4 o'clock.
Or 4:30 in some cases.
Yeah, or 4:30.
Which is, that's still okay.
Or if I'm doing a half day, I'll start at 2:30, end at 4:30, or start at 9 and end at 12:30.
Yeah.
Which,
Alright, or for me, on the Tuesday I start at 12:45.
yeah, which is, it's not like 25:02 or, at 5:02, is it? It's a rounded time.
And then, the lesson times there and the break times and lunch, they all work a lot better.
Yeah, like,
honestly.
in my opinion, college is so much better. Head and shoulders better than school.
I mean,
100%.
there will be some things that we miss about school.
Yeah, like, I do miss some of my old friends and
Yeah,
some of the old teachers, but like the majority of school, I just don't miss it.
Yeah, we both do prefer college over school.
100%, yeah. College is way better than school, in my opinion. I'm not trying to say don't go to school and just like if college isn't
Stay in school, yes.
if college isn't for you, then don't go. I'm not trying to force you to go, but in my opinion, it's fantastic. I love college.
It's been a lot better, honestly. We haven't even been there for a year yet, and it's been a lot better. Honestly.
Yeah, definitely. Right then, anything else to add up to that point?
Not really. No, I think that's about it for all the school stuff, honestly.
Right then, so now moving on to the second point of this video, EA Sports FIFA. So, you might have wondering where FIFA's been on this channel. We've not done a FIFA 17 video yet, but we're with technical difficulties with my capture card and things. We've not been able to record it, but when I get that sorted, we definitely will be able to.
Yeah, I mean, as I would go to be Holland,
Brazil
4 now, and Brazil
Yeah,
being the 2
Brazil
that we
being the-
definitely want to do.
We could add another one onto it, another crazy video.
Yeah, or one or two other random games.
Yeah.
But we need to get Jack's capture card working first before we can do it.
But I'm going to talk about this maybe in a different Uncut video. But like, I've had to buy like 6 different cables to be able to get this to work. Surely they should have put the cables in with the packaging.
Yeah, that's just stupid.
Like they've made
You got
you
it
buy.
working at one point as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I got it working, but the sound didn't work. Now, when the screen works, it's really, really small. So, anyway.
That's a topic for another day.
Yeah, that's a topic for another day, yeah. So, first thing we want to talk about FIFA is the foot draft.
You know, it's a decent game mode. It's
Yeah.
not the worst.
You know, it allows people to be able to play with players that they otherwise wouldn't be able to play with. If they...
like Team of the Years and
yeah.
Legends, if they can't afford them or don't get them in packs or anything like that.
Yeah, but like, we think... Because we're kind of people who... We think like 2k is a lot of coins
Yeah,
for
because
us.
we don't buy coins, we don't buy loads of FIFA points to
Yeah.
open loads of packs and sell loads of players all the time.
And we feel like 15k is a bit extortionate.
Just a little bit.
Like,
If they lowered it a bit, that would be better.
Like, if you got a chance of winning one of those players to be drafted, then maybe that might be a good price. But if you get 15k to pick a team, or you know, choose from a selection of players, play a few games, you might only even just play one game. You know, you get to play a few games, and then that's really get a few awards, and that's really it.
And the rewards for some people just haven't been worth it.
Yeah.
That's the thing as well.
I mean, I can see why it's that much coins, because they're allowing you to play with players who were way more than 15k.
Like, you know, the Legends and the Team of the Years and that.
But it's putting foot draft out of the reach of players like us.
Who don't buy points and coins or anything like that.
Yeah, we don't buy coins, because like I would love to, but I just don't.
It's linked into the next point we're going to discuss actually. They just find points way too expensive.
Yeah, points are too expensive. And we can't afford them, and also I'm not allowed to buy them because my parents think it's a waste of time. Because you bought the game, you've got to pay extra money. They don't agree with the situation. But moving on.
You know, FIFA points, they're only used for packs and packs.
I think like 12,000 FIFA points is £80.
Yeah, that at some points in the year that's double the price of the game.
Yeah, that is, yeah. And then but you need to buy those things to be able to be better at the game.
So you can open packs. FIFA points are only used for packs as well.
Yeah. This is another thing we were talking about. Should we be able to buy players from the market using FIFA points?
'Cause we can only use coins at the moment.
Because you can
trade
buy.
offers aren't a thing anymore.
I know EA don't like people buying coins. That noise outside. It's like I don't want to. Anyway, I've lost where I was now. Yeah, I know like I don't like people buying coins, but you know you can buy coins to buy players in the market. So would FIFA points would you be able to buy players with FIFA points in the future? I know that takes away the whole point of build up your coins to be able to buy players.
But at least make FIFA points a bit more useful.
Yeah, I mean you can do draft with the points.
You can do draft and you can buy packs, but that's it.
Yeah, I mean maybe use them for something else. Like I'm going to use this game as an example. Like 8 Ball Pool, they've got coins, and they've got things like I think they're called cash or something, which you can actually earn as well, and you can use them. They're worth more than coins, so you can use them to so less cash will be able to buy something that's more coins. You know what I mean? So if, say it's like 100,000 coins, it would be like, for example, like 50,000 cash.
Yeah.
So like maybe you could do that, and I think also being able to earn FIFA points, like you can earn FIFA points. I think could be a good thing.
That'd be good.
I mean, it's not like EA really earn more money, is it? Because
They earn plenty as
they
it
earn
is.
plenty of money selling the game.
And they earn plenty of money from the people paying the extortionate prices of points for like huge pack openings and stuff.
Yeah. Right then, so what we got next? There was, yeah. Right, I'll let you cover this. I'll be back in a second. Right, I'll just let Callum start talking.
Well, I'll try and cover this as best I can. But the rewards in FIFA are just not always worth it. Like with some people, packs are just abysmal. and not everybody can afford to get any of these rewards. Like, we can't always afford to play the foot draft and get these rewards. You know, we can't always afford to get, you know, things for squad building challenges this year. You know, we just can't always afford to get anything to get these rewards.
Yeah, like. So what have we covered so far? Yeah, like, yeah. So things like the SBCs, Callum mentioned. Like,
I mean, they're good enough.
They're giving away kind of free players in a way, but then you've got to submit your own players to be able to do that.
I mean, that's all right.
Yeah, that is a good game mode, but then you've got to spend like 700k just to be able to get enough players to make the squads.
Yeah, for some of these challenges, obviously.
Yeah, I think for the 94 Suarez, you had to make a full team for each player in the La Liga.
I think for the Purple Ibra, you had to submit a regular Ibra as one of the challenges as well.
Yeah, you
obviously
did, yeah.
Not everybody could afford a regular Ibra.
I know, but and then there's people like, I'm not taking shots, but big YouTubers who are saying like 100k for a player is cheap.
I mean, for them, yeah, but
for us, we're lucky if we could ever make enough coins to get 100k in a FIFA.
I don't think I've ever had. There's only been one point where I did have 100k, and that was in FIFA 15, when coin sellers were still a thing, and I bought coins then.
Yeah.
And that was just to open some special pack they had there. I didn't use them for anything else.
Yeah. I've never bought coins. I think I did save up at one point to be able to get an info on forest item, but I never bought this person.
Because a lot of the time he was extinct.
Yeah, he was either extinct or people like is either extinct or more than I had. So
unfortunate.
Yeah. Anyway,
but yeah, there needs to be some, honestly in our opinion, there needs to be some sort of free reward for everybody that covers the big YouTubers to the little people like us who can't afford anything.
Yeah, as I mentioned earlier on 8 Ball Pool, every 24 hours they have a wheel. So you every 24 hours you can spin this wheel, and then you get a free gift. So it's not like the lowest you can get is like, I think it's 50 coins, and the highest you can get is like, I think it's maybe 250k or 100k. I think FIFA could do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of understand why EA don't do this, because it can kind of be seen as gambling, and that would make the game an 18 plus.
Yeah.
But it could be just a simple reward for logging into the game.
That's what I mean. Yeah, like you don't have to pay to use that wheel. Like it's just a free gift every day you go on.
Every day, regardless. You don't need to pay or anything.
Yeah, so like you could have like a free draft token or a pack or a couple of coins,
or 200 coins maybe, or like just something small,
like a loan player or contracts, things like that.
Just something small, even if it is just a small reward. It's better than
something to be able to boost people like us, to be able to give us maybe a little bit more chance, and also to give people incentive to come back to the game. Like for like people who don't have many coins, they might be like, oh well, I don't really want to play Ultimate because I always get beaten. So if they could,
all my opponents have all these incredible players, and I've got nothing.
Maybe these spin the wheel thing could be a way of giving them an incentive to maybe, you know, keep coming back. Cause like, oh, I can get this reward, and maybe when they've got the reward, they might be like, oh, I wonder what I can buy with this coin, or I wonder how I can get this lone player into my team.
It gives them something to use as well.
Yeah.
And if they did do a spin the wheel thing one day, I mean, even if the rewards were just small, like 200 coins or some lone silver player for so many games or something, it'd still be appreciated, you know, it'd be better than nothing.
I would definitely enjoy this thing, because it just gives you like a thing just to keep you like interested in, you know, make you just be like, oh well, you know, I think there could be maybe a big reward to make you want to do it.
Maybe a small chance of getting these big rewards.
Yeah, like a small chance, and each week maybe there's an update of the wheel, so there's more
changes.
So you know, like on draft each week you get a different legend. Maybe on this spin the wheel thing you get maybe the big reward could maybe change every week.
So instead of a 50k pack, it could go to a 100k pack, for example.
Yeah.
or if they have like a loan, like a really good player on loan in there, for example, that could change. So one day it could be Messi and the next could be Ronaldo.
Yeah.
As an example.
You know, that could, you know, I think that would actually be really helpful.
But like we said, well, like I said, it could be considered gambling, which would make the game an 18+. So I do understand why they might not want to do that.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not really submitting anything to get that. It's just a free reward every day.
And if anything, packs can be seen as gambling.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I'd love it if that actually was a thing. You know, they were able to implement a spin the wheel type thing.
Yeah. I think that's it for that point.
Yep.
EA servers. Enough said.
That's the thing that lots of people go on about.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not one of these people who are like, oh, the EA servers are rubbish. You know, EA, you're such a stupid business. You know, I don't think that. I give them credit. You know, for actually being able to make a server. I wouldn't be able to do anything like that. You know what I mean? Okay, maybe sometimes it is a bit unreliable, but
the infamous being slow and laggy and causing disconnections.
But that's, you know, not very often for me anyway. And I've got terrible Wi-Fi.
Yeah. And I had that as a huge problem last year, more than ever. This year it's not really been that big of an issue for me and for a lot of other people from what I've seen. Yeah,
talking about EA, lots of people don't really, you know, when they give like a problem to EA, they never get a response.
Like me, sometimes when I try and ask EA about something, they don't always respond.
But I'm not trying to be cocky here or anything, but I asked him one thing. I think I said something like, because at one point I bought a Mane when he was playing for Southampton, and I lost connection to the EA servers as he was transitioning into my club, and
hang on a minute.
And ever since then, I wasn't able to play my BPL side. I kept adding players in, and it would just kick me off the servers when I got to a certain point. So I asked them, really nicely. I put like from a loyal foot fan or something like that, and they actually answered me and gave me a way to help. So I think it might just depend on the way you ask them. But yeah, you know, I think with the EA servers situation, it can be really annoying. But I think I give them credit for actually, you know, being good at that sort of, you know, giving an opportunity.
Yeah, it's not always as bad as people make it out to be,
but it can be very, very annoying.
Yeah.
You know, I remember once me and you just wanted to have a, you know, play against each other online. It weren't, it just kept the
barely got anywhere with it.
Yeah. Right.
Customization in FIFA. Now, that is something they've kind of worked on a bit this year, because I think there's like a, was it kit creator or something?
Yeah, I think there's a kit creator in pro clubs.
And you know, that's a step in the right direction. That's good.
Yeah. But I think maybe they could implement this into Ultimate Team. Like on PES 2008, I'm not sure if it's on 2010. I think it is. So PES 8, 9, 10. They had a thing called Master League, which is like career mode. You could either choose to be a real team, or you could make your own team. You could make the name of it, and then just have the full squad of random generated players that PES give you. They're always the same players, and you could actually design your own badge on. You couldn't on 2008. You had to pick a badge that was already there, but on 09 and 010 you could actually make your own badge, and then on all three of those you could make your own kit. Now I'd love it if you could do that on Ultimate Team, because it
full kit creator.
Yeah, in my opinion, it sort of brings the your club aspect into it. Like, you know, it's all well and good wearing, like, it's all well and good being called, like, I called my team Fantasy BFC, because that's a joke between me and my friends. That's the only customization you can do. Like, you've got to pick real team stadiums and real kits and real badges.
I mean, being able to make your own stuff would be good.
Yeah, and it sort of makes it, in my opinion, more of your own club.
If they were going to do this, they would have to have some kind of moderation.
Yeah.
Like, say, if you were going to have a badge creator like they have with Call of Duty, then to make sure people aren't putting immature things in the badges, have some sort of moderation.
Yes, and same with like writing on the kits.
You know,
You can't really right, like
because it's a
inappropriate thing. Yeah.
Kind of limited to what you can do, so you don't put like the F word on there.
yeah, or promote some rude websites. But yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
Basically more customization with kits, badges, stadiums, etc.
Yeah.
Just have some kind of moderation.
And just about this thing at the minute, this customization of stadium names on career mode. Now this really annoys me. So what you can do is you can change the stadium for a club if their club stadium isn't on the game. So you could, choose that, and then it gives you an option to be able to put your own name to the stadium, so you can call that stadium whatever you want. But when you go into the game with that stadium, it'll say like the two teams, and underneath it says the stadium name. But it doesn't say the name that you've changed the stadium to. So it gives you the option to be able to change the name, but then after that, it doesn't even come up anyway. It just comes up with a real name for that stadium. Anyway,
hang on a minute. We're being called down for lunch. Just wait until we've finished this, then we'll go down.
Okay.
So, nearly done actually. The last thing that we're going to bring up about FIFA before closing this video out is the journey.
Yes. Now that's the new game mode for FIFA 17, and everyone was really hyped about it.
For a lot of people, it was fairly good.
Yeah.
I've seen some people complaining about the length of it, and they weren't that happy with how it ended.
Yeah, like, I haven't fully finished playing the journey because I don't know. I don't really have much motivation to do it. I know you get Ultimate Team rewards, but like I think you should be able to have variation. So whatever you pick should be able to change the journey in a whole way.
Yeah.
Because it always ends the same, I've been told. But I think like if you decide to go on loan at one club, it should change the whole series for you. Do you know what I mean?
That's part of the issue that people have. The limited clubs that you can pick. Like you're only stuck with the Premier League and 3 teams in the Championship.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason those Championship sides are on the game, now on the journey to be chosen, is because they've got licensed stadiums. But yet QPR, they're in the Championship and they've got their license Loftus Road because they were in the Premier League when the licensed stadiums were created. But they're not an option to be loaned.
And there's other places as well that we wouldn't mind going to either. I'm sure Jack wouldn't mind.
Forest, definitely.
Yeah, Forest, Derby.
Ha. Yeah, but yeah, I think Alex Hunter. It's a good idea to have Alex Hunter, but I think, in my opinion, you should be able to call yourself Jack Reed or whatever.
Yeah, so or maybe have the choice of either playing as Hunter,
or Gareth,
or making your own maybe or something.
Yeah, like because what they do on WWE is a WWE and F1. Some of the F1 games, and you make your own character. The commentators or the journalists, instead of shouting your name, because obviously they won't be able to program every single person's name into the game, you can pick a nickname, so you can be called like the Kid or Dude or something like that, which could, like you get players like Hulk and Chikorito. That's not their actual name, but that's what they're known as. I think we should be able to do something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. Do you? Yeah. I think I've seen something or heard someone say that they've seen a leaked trailer for FIFA 18 journey where you go to Barcelona, or you can choose to go to Barcelona.
That's what I've been hearing a bit about.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that's going to be, but
I mean, I think it's a really good game mode, the journey, but I think it's a bit repetitive. I think it should be able, it should have different pathways for your player to go down.
A bit more. Kind of like what Black Ops 2 did actually, where some of the decisions you made, they could actually affect how the game ended.
Yeah.
Like the ending of the game. Spoilers if you haven't played Black Ops 2 story, but at the ending you can choose to either kill or spare the main bad guy, and that has different effects.
Yeah.
And if you kill him, it causes world riots, and if you capture him, he does eventually escape from prison and burn himself alive.
Yeah, I think like with the journey, could be like if you pick like a team, say I'm not taking shots at anyone like Bournemouth or Hull, Because I think everyone ends up winning or getting to the FA Cup final.
I think they do.
Now I think that's a bit what's the word? That's a bit unrealistic for a team like Hull. Not well, Hull did get to the FA Cup final.
Like we said, they're not taking shots.
Yeah, like I'd say like Burnley or Bournemouth. You know, you wouldn't expect them to get to the FA Cup final. So maybe if you pick them, maybe avoiding relegation could be the FA Cup final for them. You know what I mean? I think it should depend on what team you pick.
And we definitely, like we said, we need more teams to pick from to go to.
Yeah. I know that it's all licensing about malarkey, but they've got the license for the team, so they should be able to put them into the journey.
And it wouldn't be that bad if we were able to go to some of the other big leagues around the world or something.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Like if we could go to like the Bundesliga or the La Liga.
Yeah, or Calcio, as it's called.
Or Liga.
Yeah, you know, that would be pretty cool in my opinion.
And if they wanted, maybe they could have some sort of like Spanish equivalent for Hunter as an example.
Yeah, that's
German
what I was
equivalent
thinking.
Of him.
Like for other countries, I know they have to control hunting. Now I'm thinking maybe like for Germany next year, you could maybe make him have to play for German side.
Yeah, so like Bayern or Dortmund.
Yeah, and like he is a German player or a Spanish player for a Spanish game. You know what I mean? So they're not all stuck with the same English guy. Because maybe for like a German guy, the English guy might put him off doing it because it's not him. Like it's not a possibility that it could be him. You know what I'm saying?
Hunter as well. Same fan and brother.
Yeah.
Isn't he? Just
That's a bit like a chap.
It really does.
Yeah, but I think that's why fans like him. He's down to earth. Yeah. But yeah, I think maybe at the start of the game you should be able to choose whether you want to be Gareth or Alex. You know, I don't know. I think maybe just more customization, but being able to choose your own character, or like some of the players who are in the exit trials. Maybe you could pick them. Or maybe everyone gets given a different random player. Do you know what I mean? That could be something a bit cool. But anyway, I think that's all we've got time for.
Yeah, this gameplay is going to run out kind of soon, actually. So
yeah, but I think that went pretty well. Yeah. So if you did enjoy forestfanjr Uncut and you'd like to see more, please let us know in the comment section down below.
And also leave a like if you did enjoy, and subscribe as well.
Yeah, if you've got any topics you want us to cover next time, please let us know as well with the comments saying you enjoyed it.
Yeah, and like we can't remember if we actually said this at the start, but it's kind of like a podcast kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's the closest we're going to get to one at the moment.
Yeah, and I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Have you?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, and I think it just brings just a bit more personal edge to it. Like instead of us playing FIFA or doing a challenge, it's more like us just being us.
Yeah.
And just talking. You know what I mean? I thoroughly enjoyed it. But yeah, if you did enjoy the gameplay idea, also let us know with that as well.
And that's probably how it's going to be for the time being, at least if we do this again, because our cameras just can't handle going for that long.
Yeah, but yeah, as we did say, if you did enjoy this, I'd like to be much appreciated.
As with a subscription if you're new around here.
And yeah, I think that's all we've got time for.
If you want to follow us on Twitter as well.
Yeah, our Twitters will be down below.
Yeah, suggestions, ideas over there if you want.
Yeah, drop us a tweet with any ideas you've got if you don't want to comment. And
there's the vlog playlist in the description as well.
Yep. We've got some. Oh, actually, we've got an exciting video coming soon, haven't we?
Yes.
Around this, we're planning for it to be around the start of April.
That's looking like when it's going to get done.
We're not going to give you any more spoilers to what it is, but just look out around the 1st of April. Roughly, maybe a bit later, depends on how quick we can get it done. We're aiming to get it for the first day of April, but
maybe March 31st if we can get it done.
Yeah, if we get it done quickly, maybe a bit earlier. But anyway, that has been all from me,
and that's also been all from me.
If you did enjoy, like, much appreciated.
Subscribe if you're new, like if you enjoyed, follow on Twitter,
and goodbye.
Au revoir. Why do I keep saying goodbye in foreign languages all the time?
I don't know. I do not know.